For years, the story of Sarah Ferguson and the Epstein files has hovered in the background of royal headlines. But now, something more tangible has happened. Not a speech, not a statement, not a palace briefing. Instead, a series of quiet corporate filings, the kind most people would never notice, have begun to tell their own story. And when official records start shifting, it's worth asking why. If you're fascinated by the untold stories of the British royal family, the decisions that shape the monarchy, and the complex dynamics behind the crown, then you absolutely need to be subscribed to Crown Desk. Hit that subscribe button now, because we're uncovering insights you won't find anywhere else. Let's dive in. To understand this moment, we need to step back. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, has long walked a delicate line between royal association and private enterprise. Since her divorce from Prince Andrew in 1996, she has maintained commercial ventures, charitable initiatives, and media projects, operating largely outside formal royal duties, yet still tethered to the institution by history and proximity. Then came renewed attention surrounding the release of additional documents connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein, who pleaded guilty in 2008 to offenses involving a minor, remains one of the most controversial figures linked, directly or indirectly, to individuals in elite circles. Over the years, scrutiny of anyone appearing in documents tied to him has intensified. And in recent document releases, reported by multiple reputable outlets, correspondence allegedly involving Sarah Ferguson surfaced. While the precise context of those exchanges continues to be debated, what is verified is this. Shortly after the renewed media focus, official filings at Companies House show that 5 companies for which Sarah Ferguson served as sole director filed applications to be struck off the register between February 13 and February 16, 2026. Phoenix Events, Fergie's Farm, Solar Moon Limited, La Luna Investments, Philanthrepreneur Limited. These are not rumors, these are public records. Applying for strike-off, commonly known as dissolving a company, is a formal administrative process used to close a company that is no longer trading. In at least one case, La Luna Investments, a Gazette notice for compulsory strike-off had already been issued in January 2026, suggesting that some corporate housekeeping may have been underway even before the latest headlines intensified. Still, the timing has drawn attention. What many observers believe is that clustering multiple dissolutions within days of each other naturally invites questions. Is this routine compliance, a strategic consolidation, or simply dormant entities being formally closed after years of inactivity? There is no official statement tying these filings directly to the document releases, and without such confirmation, causation remains speculation. At the same time, another development adds context. Sarah's Trust, a charity founded by Ferguson, announced it would close for the foreseeable future, according to reporting from The Guardian and the Associated Press. Again, no direct statement links that decision explicitly to the document disclosures, but the sequence of events has created a broader narrative shift. And narratives matter, especially within the orbit of the British royal family. Prince Andrew's past association with Epstein has already reshaped his public standing and royal role. While Sarah Ferguson is not a working royal, her proximity to that chapter in royal history means developments around her inevitably reverberate more widely. Based on patterns we've seen before, the monarchy tends to prioritize containment, limiting reputational spillover wherever possible. Corporate restructurings, charity closures, and adjustments in public positioning are not uncommon when scrutiny intensifies. But here's what remains critical. There is no verified evidence that these company dissolutions are admissions of wrongdoing. There is no official indication of legal proceedings tied to these entities, and the documents cited in reporting, while publicly referenced, require careful interpretation. This is a moment defined less by explosive revelations and more by quiet administrative moves. Yet sometimes the quiet moves speak loudest. The broader implication isn't about one filing form. It's about optics, governance, the ongoing recalibration of individuals who sit adjacent to the monarchy in an era where transparency is demanded, archives are digitized, and historical connections resurface with new scrutiny. What happens next? If the strike-offs proceed without objection, the companies will formally dissolve. The charity's closure will reshape Ferguson's public philanthropic footprint, and attention may shift elsewhere, as it often does in the royal news cycle. But the underlying question remains: how does the institution evolve when its extended orbit continues to intersect with controversial chapters of recent history? In the end, this story isn't about one document or one filing. It's about how reputations are managed in real time, and how even routine paperwork can carry symbolic weight. So, as these corporate entities fade from the register, the larger conversation about accountability, association, and royal proximity continues. And perhaps the most telling detail is this: sometimes the most consequential decisions are the ones filed quietly, in plain sight.